What's up, guys and gals of Sacramento?
Welcome back, Michael.
Thank you. It's good. What's up, man?
Hey, man. Questions? See you.
Good to see you, for sure.
Questions?
Hey, Mike, welcome back to SAC.
Thank you. Going to the playoffs was a lot of fun and a big accomplishment, but you know, at the end of the day, I enjoyed my time here and I enjoyed the people here. But I'm extremely excited about the Knicks and what this group has going and what our opportunities are going forward.
Hey, Mike, you guys got here Sunday night. Why'd you decide to come as soon as you guys did? And can you tell me the last 72 hours, what you've been doing personally? Have you been out in the city, going to any restaurants, visiting old friends or anything?
So we played a 3 o'clock game. If we had played a later game, we would have stayed the night in Portland. But we played a 3 o'clock game, and so we came down here. We got a couple of wine connoisseurs on our team, and so some of the guys went to Napa. Ro was with me. I know she wanted to go to Napa, but we didn't get out there. We went to it was one of my coach's birthday, Chris Gent. So we went to a place called the Dive Bar. First time I went to the dive bar, they got like mermaids swimming in the tank and stuff like that. So shout out to the dive bar. People of Sacramento, you should go there. It was a lot of fun. We had a lot of drinks because we had the next day off. And then Tuesday night we went to Ellis. We went to go to the kitchen, but the kitchen's closed on Monday, Tuesday. So we went to Ellis. Fantastic. Randall was great, the owner of Ellis and the kitchen. Great food. And then last night we went to Crew. Ro and I went to Crew. So we tried to touch all the restaurants in bars. I know we went to Dive Bar. I'm probably gonna get in trouble for saying this, but it's okay. But I know we went to the Dive Bar Sunday. I can't remember the bars after that we went to. Sorry, Derek.
Next question.
It was fun. It was a lot of fun.
First of all, just get two-part for you. Just how much have you thought about what this might be like? I mean, someone mentioned you've been in this situation before, but I think this one might be a little bit unique in the sense that what you were able to accomplish in a short time and how this community kind of embraced you. Just how much have you thought about the weirdness of tonight and what it might be?
I'm human just like everybody else, and you think about it. Like I said, it is feels a little funky, But at the end of the day, I said this yesterday or the day before. They want to beat us, and we want to beat them. And so at the end of the day, we're going to try and do what we can to get a win, just like they are too. And that's what it's all about. And then from here, we move on to Golden State. I'm not sure what Sacramento does after this. So looking forward to the game. And again, the time here was great. The people here were special. I enjoyed it, but I want to get out of here with a win.
And the second thing is, what do you make of the season that has been for the Kings? Obviously, it's kind of spiraled for them, and I don't know how much you pay attention to it, but is that I don't think you take joy out of it or anything like that. But how much do you kind of keep up with it?
No, so obviously, with them being our next opponent, I haven't watched them a ton, but I watched the last two games, and they two good wins. I mean, they beat Houston, and they beat them pretty good, and they beat the Lakers, and they beat them, pretty good. And so, you got two playoff teams in a tough West. That to me just shows, what the team's capable of. And if you come in here thinking that you're going to play their record, well, you're going to be in trouble. And, I don't know what Houston thought. I don't know what the Lakers thought. Knock on wood. Hopefully we don't. Hopefully we come out, we're locked in, and we try to string together a 48-minute game. But again, I couldn't tell you much on the whole season, on the season as of a whole. But I know as of late, they played really good basketball.
Mike, just staying with the basketball.
Monica, how you doing?
Hey, it's good to see you.
Always good to see you. Embrace my New York media.
Similar to that question though, this is a different, whether it's personnel because of trades or injuries, this is sort of a different group. So when you pull up on a team with three vets and Westbrook, DeRozan, and Levine, like, where do you think is maybe a pitfall in this matchup for this team as you guys are navigating this road trip?
They've done a good job getting out in transition, and man, I tell you what, if the game is close down the stretch, they got guys that can go get it, starting with DeMar. DeMar can flat out go get it. We don't have to, everybody knows that. And so, trying to figure out a way to hopefully create a little separation so it's not coming down to a 1-2 possession game where he's going to be impactful for the whole game, but where he could take over a game at any moment in time is what you hope to do against these guys. But with the way they've been getting out in transition, and the way their young guys have been rebounding, and how hard their young guys have been playing, it makes it tough.
Mike, very good to see you, sir.
Good to see you too. Thank you.
When you reflect on just what you guys were able to accomplish here, how quickly you did that, and how abruptly it all kind of came apart, like, what does it teach you, or maybe remind you, or whatever, about just what it takes to win, the importance of like stability, a vision, all these things, and just how fragile like that balance can be in an organization?
Well, I would say this. Our business, like most businesses, they're tricky, and people look at results a certain way, and I knew what I was. Every job I've took from when I first signed up probably not with the Nuggets because I was really young back then. I didn't know what I was really doing, but at least by the time I went to the Spurs, I started having the feeling, okay, this is a business, and at the end of the day, you can only control what you control, what you can control, and it's not much, in our business, and so for me, no matter what job that I had, when I got fired, if I got fired, I've always been appreciative of the opportunity. Very big staff was big on that. He's like, these things are precious in the NBA because there's only 30 of them when you're talking about a head coach, and then a handful more when you're talking about assistants and on down. And so every opportunity you get as an individual, you try to embrace it and you try to do the best you can. And sometimes it may not be good enough, but again, like I said, sometimes it may be out of your control. But then you move on to the next step. And so for me, I don't dwell on it and think about this or think about that. It's, it is what it is. I appreciate the opportunity I had here, and I'm excited about the opportunity in New York. That's kind of how I look at it.
We got 2 more Christian stuff.
Mike, you ready to see all the dive bar back pages when you get back to New York?
Yeah, no, it was a good night, but it wasn't a good night. I heard about it afterwards. So,
on a basketball tip, Cat was saying that last 2 games he feels like he's in a better flow shooting the ball from 3. But really over the last 8 games, 5 of those games he's shooting 40% or better. Just, are you seeing anything from his 3-point shot? Maybe he's more confident, more rhythm, more flow. What are you seeing from him?
Well, I've said this all along. Cat's had the hardest job out of anybody because he's had to learn all 5 positions, and Cat's done a heck of a job doing it. He's worked extremely hard, and he's got a great feel. He's smart and all that, and he's just stayed with it. And so, knowing that probably has weighed on him a little bit when it comes to him trying to shoot the ball and trying to score, because just finding where he's comfortable at. But, for me, I got to keep trying to find ways to make it easier for him and put him in position to have success. And that's what we've been trying to do. And so I think the combination of both of us continuing to work at it, constant communication, knowing that at times, I may falter a little bit, at times he may, but it's okay. We're going to have each other's back, pick each other up, and keep trying to find ways to get him in rhythm. And we're starting to see some of the results of it.
Last one.
With Mitch, he's obviously never played a back-to-backs. Do you expect him to rest tomorrow?
I'm not sure. At the end of the day, it's going to be the medical team's, choice. As we've gone along, his minutes have increased. He's been able to do more things, quote unquote, practice and all that stuff in terms of their eyes. And so whatever they tell us tomorrow, we'll listen to. But he's playing tonight.
And then
Landry, I know you said he started taking contact. Did he practice yesterday?
Yes, he did, but we didn't have contact yesterday. So,
Okay.
but he practiced, and he's been practicing, but we really haven't practiced. So, yeah.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you guys.
It's another game. We got to go out. This is a really good ball club. Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals type of ball club. So good, good measuring stick, going out and competing against them. So yeah.
Doug, these last 2 games, the defensive rotations seem to be a lot sharper. How much of a benefit is it on the perimeter for guys to maybe either gamble a little bit more, be more aggressive, knowing there's a Dylan Cardwell or a Maxime Reynaud there to back them up a little bit?
Well, whenever you have a rim protector, it always, as a wing player, it puts a battery in your back that you can think that you can do some extra things. You don't really want to use the word gamble, but it definitely puts you in the passing lanes a little bit more physical and aggressive, maybe push the defense up the floor a bit. So those guys have been really good at protecting the rim and being there, and they're learning, but they're doing a good job.
Doug, will there be any awkwardness, weirdness looking over there and seeing Mike?
No. For you?
Oh, for me, yeah, sure.
Nah, I'm all good. Yeah. We come here to play, so it's a basketball game, man.
When you look at what they do, is it a lot of similarities to what y'all played with here when he was here?
Yeah, I mean, they're just watching the offense. Yeah, there's a lot of the same stuff. Brunson is controlling the basketball, similar maybe the way Fox did, but he's a monster. All the herky jerky rejects, pivots in the lane, his ability to finish. Cat popping and shooting the basketball, posting downhill. But yeah, when you look at it, I see 5 zone, I see 4 high, low, I see all that. Yeah.
Hey, Doug, we talk about DeMar and Russ, but could you talk about Precious and just what are you asking him to do and what is he giving his team?
We've asked Precious to guard everybody, some people in the stands. I mean, he's been great. Playing 2 bigs, trying to understand where to fit in, how to flow. But his ability more than anything to guard the basketball, rebound the basketball has been a really, really high level. Incredible human being, incredible teammate. So anything that we've asked of him, he's been more than willing to help us. And he's a hell of an addition. Yeah.
Doug, you were obviously working under Mike for a while. What's your guys' relationship like, and what were some of the things that you learned from him?
When a coach like Mike has been around the league as long as he's been around the league, I mean, you're just gonna soak up stuff because he's seen it from so many different aspects. So it was truly an honor to be here to watch and listen to a lot of things that went on. It's helped me as I went along. Yeah.
Coach, what's the last game? DeMar did have 3 steals, and I know you don't like to use that word gambling. See it out there every once in a while, but what is he doing, to make that happen?
Man, I don't know what he's drinking, but he's been on point, man. His effort on the defensive end, he's been in passing lanes. Part of it also is just the ability to be in the right place, understanding what the shell is providing for you, where the ball is going, what's limited on the perimeter, and he's just a baller. So when you kind of have good instincts and things like that, and he found himself in some really good positions. But there's individual defense, and then there's team defense, and he's been on the money on both of them.
Doug, when you look at what Dylan's been able to do, like I'm wondering, just as an undrafted rookie guy who's stepping in and making an impact, like how remarkable is that to you? How impressive is that to you? And then, as far as the cellies go, his celebrations, anything you got any favorite Dylan Cardwell celebrations?
Well, first, I mean, as soon as I seen Dylan in the summer league, I was, head over heels because I liked it. And some of the coaches were like, yeah, he's a rookie, calm down. But there's a physicality, there's an energy, there's a joy that he plays with that you can't make it up, and it brings something to the gym. In my opinion, he impacts winning. How he plays. There's a physical brand. There's a protection. There's a communication, and whether it's the ear or this whatever he's doing, I'm buying, because whenever I ask him to do, he comes over. Yes, sir. What you said? Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, gotcha. And he's on the money. He's gonna make mistakes. He's young. He comes to my office. He wants to watch film. We sit and watch. He asks questions. Like, for a coach, like, that's big time.
Are you guys starting to play with a little more edge, bravado, swagger? Have you noticed that the last few games from your guys? And just give me your thoughts.
Well, one of our standards is toughness, so that's mental toughness, but it's also physical toughness. It's what I require. There's a physicality to this game that we got to be about that. I mean, it is what it is. So I think that they've embraced that. This will be a good test for that. But if you're going to wear this jersey, that's what you're going to do, or you won't.
Doug, I've been meaning you to ask you about this. Going back a couple of games to the Houston Rockets, when Meek stepped up and took a charge from Steven Adams in that game. I guess, what does that tell you about him and what he's willing to do?
That's what you call a business decision. And, his level of physicality is improved quite a bit on ball in that particular situation, off ball, stepping in, guys rolling, and he decides to put it on the line. And that's really what you want out of these young kids. There was a play, and I told you guys about it the other day, and it was just whether he wanted to go test somebody. And I was hollering at him like, yo, you got to go test him, man. And however it ends up is how it ends up. But the point is, this is the level of physicality and aggressiveness that you must play with. And then we'll work our way and we'll figure it out as we go along.
I know.
Hey.
As you are preparing for the Knicks, obviously you mentioned Jalen Brunson and Carl. It sounds like those guys are sort of the top of the
food chain.
Food chain, right? I was going to use scout report. Anyway, is there anybody that stands out as sort of an unsung piece of this group as you're preparing them?
McBride shooting. I mean, his ability to defend the ball and shoot the ball, I think he is the high 40s. OG is one of those. I mean, when you look at the ability to have Bridges, like Hart, those are just those guys that they do everything. Like, normally it's nice to have one Swiss Army knife, but then you reach down and you like, oh, I want the one with the spoon. I want the one with the fork. Like, that's another level of what it is. So those four guys in particular, what they bring, and then that big animal on the backboard that plays 19 minutes and gets 5 offensive rebounds, he's a problem. 19 minutes and gets 5? Yeah. He's a big problem. Big Mitch. Appreciate y'all. Yep.